first of all, okay, so it needs to be a plant that doesn't have to have that humidity.
Okay.
Show me the plant that. You have things in there that have the way that I want it to look, like what's in it. So, like, if it's the perlite, the leca, the dirt, whatever that is.
You want with soil?
No, I can get the stuff. You just have to tell me what to get.
Well, I don't know where you can get leca up there, because I usually get mine from IKEA. I guess you could just order it online. And perlite, you can get that from perlite in the dirt. You can get that from Lowe's or Home Depot. No, perlite and soil, they're two different growing mediums.
You have to text me what that is so I can look at it.
What, the growing mediums?
Yes, what I'm getting.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know where you can get leca from there, because I get mine from IKEA, so it's just like down the street. And then just regular size, but also because if a plant dies or something, or I like repot, I can just reuse that. So I haven't bought any in a long time. I actually need to wash some. I actually need to wash a lot. So I have to get a container for that. But doesn't Zach have any of this stuff?
Well, I need it for me. This is for me. I mean, you're gonna send him. I want to send him.
No, I'm saying share resources. You don't have to go out and buy a whole.
He's like you. He's got gardens, plants, greenhouse.
I'm sure he can have a couple cups of soil and perlite to share with you. He might have some. I'm just saying, because then you don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of brand new stuff. He can just share, because plant people share.
You have moss too? Is there moss in that one?
Yeah, I have moss. I'll either do moss, perlite, and leca, or I'll do soil, perlite, and leca when I do that type of like layering.
What you have is, I think the ones that you showed me are moss.
Which ones are the ones in my grow tent?
I think so.
Okay.
The ones
like the anthuriums. Like those are high humidity plants.
So the humidity?
No, I'm just saying like anthuriums need like
Which is what you're growing it in is what I'm interested in.
So what?
So is everything that's in that tent has to be high humidity?
No, I just keep them in there because there's nowhere else to put it. And I have the space. A lot of those they don't have to be in there, but it's like a lot of them I was either growing from like they were recovering from importing or they were cuttings. So it's just easier to put them all in like one box and just throw them in there instead of like having a ton of boxes. Not that it clearly matters because
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they don't all need like that high humidity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So what can I get for clippings?
Cuttings.
Cuttings. Show me what you have.
You could get.
Look like I think you already have a neon pothos and
Right.
something else.
I can send you a cutting of the syngonium.
To just grow in water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Put that lid on that water, girl.
No. So, with these, like, if you're gonna keep them drainless, like with like moss perlite leca or soil perlite leca, then you can keep it how it is. But if you're gonna do like just a regular pot with drainage, I would think the easiest one I would say would be soil. Just soil.
No drainage.
You want the no drainage?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you can grow it like this. I actually need to fill this up, but it's just perlite and leca and then moss. So I have a bunch of these. I'll show you the ones I have in the grow tent.
And that's the syngonium?
This is a black velvet allocation. Yeah, see, so you only have to keep this bottom layer moist. Or like with water in it. Because it basically the leca wakes up the moisture. Huh?
Is there like in there?
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah. So down here, there's a lot of alocasias. It smells very moist in here.
It does what?
It smells moist in here.
Oh, smells moist.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
No, not really. But, so I have these green goddesses, but they're not really, I don't know, they're not, like, as hardy as I would want them to be to, like, ship. But you can see, like, the black velvet alocasias, like, they're really...
Now, can you ship that as a plant?
Yeah. So that's already done. Like, you can just keep it like that if you just get a little saucer or something to keep under it, because it's in moss and leca.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have that. I can take cuttings of this, not this Scandapsis, but the big one I have downstairs, and you can grow that in water as well. Let me see what else I have.
What's that called? Scandapsis?
Yes. S-C-I-N.
Yeah.
Dapsis. Yeah. Look at my regal.
That's nice.
Beautiful.
Can you cut that off of there?
Yeah.
Not that, but like the dead part of it?
Yeah, I can. I just don't.
Like off the leaf?
Yeah, I can. I just never do.
Would it still grow?
Yeah. Or it wouldn't grow. It wouldn't grow back. It's not like.
How long you done it then?
I know. I'm moving to the other side, mother. Girl.
Oh, was that big?
Yeah, it's really big. Yeah, this is a big grow tent. So these I just recently potted up. This is a Pariso Verde. They're pretty easy. This is Philodendron squamatherum. So these have like a fuzzy stem. So they have this fuzzy stem. This one is a horsehead philodendron. And then I think the only other one I have back here is the Campo, which this one has like a soft leaf. So I like that one. Back there is like, those are the only plants that I have straight in leca, like nothing else. But I basically need to repot like all of those because they're like outgrowing just being in a solo cup. So I'm gonna have to get, but I don't want to get any more like glass containers like this because I know I'm gonna move, so I'd rather get like plastic, like orchid pots, but like a orchid pot, and then, which is just like the clear ones, and then like a plastic pot like this, because that's easier to move than having to, I don't know.
The black velvet alocasia.
Okay.
The plants.
Yeah.
Okay. One for Zach.
Okay.
The cuttings. The Scandapsis.
The Scandapsis? Mm-hmm.
The first one was the Syngonium.
Yeah.
What other plants can you send? I didn't really.
I could send one of those Campos or one of those like.
Which one that's like it's like long? Do you have a small one of them?
Oh, the one that I showed you?
Like the ones in the I don't know that you. I saw them. I don't know if you talked about them now.
The anthuriums?
I don't know.
These?
The one. What's the one that's the one all the way in the back?
No.
No what?
No, you can't. No, these are anthurium queens. Like, they are so finicky and they need high humidity.
Okay, what else is on the bottom though? These big ones at the top, you can't send those either.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, well that's the Campo, which I already have one that I can send you. That's the Albo. That was $125, girl.
That long one there. Yeah. No, you can't. You don't like. No.
Girl, that's an expensive plant.
You don't have one with less leaves? I'm willing to pay for the plants. I'm taking care of business.
Not that one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Me too. This?
You're stupid. What's that?
This is a Philodendron Florida Ghost.
Florida Ghost.
Yeah.
Are they all this? And they're all in that same pot, the same thing?
Yeah, they're all in a plastic box, and I just fill this up with water.
No, but this plant right here that you're talking about, the ghost.
Yeah.
Are all those leaves in the same pot, or they're different pots? That's what I mean. Like, is it a lot in one cup?
It's just one. What the fuck? Hold on.
It just seems so full. I didn't know if it was Oh, that's big.
Yeah. But yeah, see, it's like it's time to give up the solo cups.
Oh, yeah.
But I need to get containers and stuff. So okay.
So I'll pay the shipping, but
Yes.
I'll give you his information.
Wouldn't it just be easier to just ship it to you?
No.
Okay. All right.
Could you ship all of the plants and the dirt all in the same box?
Yeah.
The clippings all in the same box?
Yeah.
Oh. So it would be, so when I got it and took it out, I wouldn't have to put it in water right away because I'm taking it to him the next day.
You may have to hydrate it a little bit, just because it's traveling. Just like a little, like if it's the well, no, the cutting, it'll be 2-day shipping anyway, so it should be fine.
So when are you gonna ship them?
Today's Sunday.
Uh-huh.
I'll ship them.
Monday?
Yeah, I can ship them tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't have school or anything. I was like, oh, what do I don't have anything to do.
Okay.
Then I'll go play bingo tomorrow.
Yum.
Yeah. Yeah, I can ship them tomorrow.
So the black velvet you're gonna leave in the dirt or whatever? Or
In the moss and in the moss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll leave those in that container.
Okay.
Since they're already done. So the only thing I'll have to like repot will be the Maranta. And that's it.
Okay.
Everything else will be cutting, so yeah. So I can just cut them and wrap them up.
They can go straight to water.
Yeah.
Can I put those in leca and water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can propagate in leca.
I probably have to get a little base for that though.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have it, you can just get clear plastic cups. I mean, if you're gonna keep it at home, even if you keep it at work though, it's fine because it's just like a little.
Yeah, I'll keep it at work. But I seen some little cute jars that I could put them in.
Yeah. I think I prefer clear-ish, or even if they're because then you can like see what's going on. That's why I don't like solid ones for.
Yeah, it was clear and it was glass.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to talk you through my process of how I pack and ship plants, just in case you want to pack and ship plants, whether you want to start a store or you want to ship something to a friend. So for cuttings, I use cling wrap. It's really easy and convenient, or you can use like a little plastic baggie. And then I will lay down moss that is already moist, and then I put the cuttings in, and you want to make sure that the node is inside of the moss. You don't want the node to not be in there, because that would be pointless to not have it in there, just in case, you want it to stay moist, especially because that's where it's going to grow from. And then I put a little bit more moss on top, and then you wrap it like a little cocoon. Like, don't they wrap babies like this? I don't know what it's called, but I feel like they do. And then I just use like regular office tape to extra secure the cling wrap. Cling wrap is naturally like sticky, but I just use the tape to secure it, and that's basically all I do for the cuttings. It's super easy and it's super convenient. Even though this video is kind of long, it didn't actually take me that long to do the cuttings. I think they're a lot easier to ship and work with than full plants. Full plants are a little bit trickier, but we're gonna get it done, and I'll show you how later in the video. for packaging houseplants that are already in their container, whether they're in some type of moss or soil, the first thing I do is I add a layer of paper towels. I cut them down into like fourths so that they fit more easily around the top layer of the houseplants, and I make sure that they are moist. It doesn't matter what the medium is, make sure it's moist because you want this plant to retain some moisture while it's shipping, because plants can dry out. Obviously, they're not getting sun and they're getting thrown around by the male people. And then on top of that, I will add polyfill, and this is just on top of the paper towels, on top of that top layer of the plant. And then I use tape to secure it. And then for me, this is like an added step. You don't necessarily have to do it, but I ended up putting paper towel and polyfill at the bottom of the container as well, just because these were like moss and leca was at the bottom. So it was a little bit more moist than it normally would be. And it just adds an extra layer of security to make sure that the entire package is not completely, wet everywhere. But this is like the best method that I found to, one, make sure that the medium that you use stays as moist as you can possibly can control. And then two, to make sure that nothing is going to fall out, because you don't want anything to fall out in transit, because if stuff gets everywhere, it just looks really messy, and it could also damage the leaves, it could damage the roots, it could damage the whole thing, which would end up being pointless. The last step in packing up houseplants is the outer layer. So for cuttings and plants, I kind of do the same thing. You just kind of have to adjust based off of size. But I lay down that cutting or that plant, and then I tape it to paper. This is just like newsprint wrap. Like I got it in bulk for maybe like 20 or 30 bucks, and I have an endless amount, probably more than I will ever need in a lifetime. But I do use it for a lot of different stuff, not just packing and shipping. You can do like art with it too, and use it for like if you're moving. You can use it for a lot of stuff, but it's really great. So I will tape down that cutting or the plant in that container, if it is small enough, to that newsprint. And then I will add polyfill around the stem of the plant and around and over the leaves, because you want as much filling as possible. Obviously, you don't have to go overboard, but the more you have, the better, because it's going to have a soft impact on the leaf. And if it's shipping and it's getting thrown around, if there was nothing surrounding it, it could break, which is a lot worse, and you don't want that. But this way, it just adds that extra layer of security. And then basically what I do is wrap it up, kind of like a burrito, except for the ends, obviously. But I wrap the whole thing up. You get used to it. You kind of just grip it and roll it up, and it's super easy. And then you just tape it closed. So the bottom I'll tape kind of a little bit hardier, more sturdy, I think, than the top. The top I like to leave kind of loose because I don't want to crush the leaves in any way, but I will still put a piece of tape over it.
3 days later.
I did screen record my mom opening her plants, but there was absolutely no audio, which I didn't know that it wouldn't record the audio. It was like 20 minutes long, but I just wanted to provide you with some clips of her getting her plants. She is really happy with them, and I love that my mom is getting more into houseplants because I love houseplants and it's something else that we have in common, and I love my mom and she's the best. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any in the future, and I will see you in the next one.